Hello everyone. Today last session with narration. Before this we had three sessions. First session was introductory session regarding narration. Second, that we completed if reporting verb is past. And third, we did it with when reporting verbs are either present or future. And today, session number 4 on narration, last session. Here we'll be talking about some more features, some more things that we need to explore regarding narration. So here are some examples for you all. So let us start with the first one. He said, do it now. I hope you all remember what kind of sentence we have here. Inside inverted comma, do it now. This is imperative sentence. You all know, if you have practiced well, that an imperative sentence is a sentence starts with a verb. Do it, come here, go there, bring me a glass of water, march forward, and so many. So here one of them, do it now. How to change this sort of sentence from direct to indirect? It is very simple. Note it down in your notebook if you have right now with you. Whenever you find an imperative sentence in direct speech, then indirect speech is very simple. The only thing you have to do is to add to in place of comma. Here in place of comma, you have to replace this comma with to, tu2. So your indirect speech would be, he asked to do it then. He asked to do it then. Now would be converted as then. So it is very simple. Imperative sentences are changed from direct to indirect by simply adding to in place of comma. And why asked? Because in imperative sentence you know that it represents a sentence of command, order, request. That is why in place of said it is asked. He asked. In case of any sentence of with polite, so he asked politely, that can be added. Next, he said, do you like reading? Now question, interrogative sentence. Which tense it is? I hope you all remember. This is structure number 1, present simple tense. Do you like reading in interrogative form? And in last session when we were talking about if your reporting verb is past, then what to do with simple present tense? That to be converted into past simple tense. Fine. But here remember one thing, that do you like reading is a sentence of general truth, means habit. It is a sentence of your habit, right? Habitual things. So here we need not to change tense of the sentence. So indirect would go as, he asked whether I like reading. Once again, he asked whether I like reading. What are the changes? Listen carefully. First of all, any question, any interrogative sentence in direct speech would not carry on same in indirect speech. Means in indirect speech, we should never frame a question. Note it firmly that indirect speech never carries an interrogative sentence. All interrogative sentences in direct speech are converted into assertive sentences. Fine. So once again for you all, he asked whether I like reading. Why whether? Whenever you have a question with any helping verb, whether it is do, does, did, is, am, are, was, were, has, have, are, any helping verb. If you have a question with helping verb, please add either if or whether in place of comma. So you can also frame sentence with if. He asked if I like reading. He asked whether I like reading. So whether it's up to you. Whatever you like, you can use. But remember, when your question starts with a helping verb like is, am, are, was, were, has, have, do, does, did, all these words, they take if, are, whether at the beginning when you are going to change this from direct speech to indirect speech. One more in this regard. He said, why did they call me? This is present simple tense, interrogative sentence. He said, why did they call me? Here you have to pay attention on one thing, that my question is starting with a WH word, not the helping verb. So when we have WH word at the beginning of the sentence, in direct speech, then no need to add either if or whether, because why itself is a relative pronoun. So your indirect speech would be he asked why they had called me. Why? Because this is present past simple, so it is to be converted into past perfect tense. Once again, he asked why they had called me, because this is did past simple, so here it would be converted into past perfect, they had called. So he asked me why they had called me. I hope this is clear. Now for you once again to revise well, whenever you have helping verb, add if or whether. Whenever you have WH words, need not to add any word, because all WH words, why, where, when, how, who, whom, they themselves are relative pronouns, so need not to add any other word. Last, he said Raipur is the capital of Chhattisgarh. So this sentence is a truth, universal truth. It comes under universal truth, that yes, Raipur is the capital of Chhattisgarh, New Delhi is the capital of India, the earth goes around the sun. All these are universal truth. So in case of universal truth, we need not to change anything when we are changing from direct to indirect. So he said that Raipur is the capital of CG. No need to change anything. Before I end this session, once again, revision for you all. General truth and universal truth are not changed in case of from direct to indirect. If your sentence is starting with an interrogative sentence carrying WH words at first, then WH words are the only connectors we have to connect. No need to add any word and change the sentence into assertive. Third, when your interrogative sentence is starting with a helping verb like do, does, did, has, have, is, am, are, was, were, whatever, then you have to add if, are, whether. As connector, you have to connect this and change your sentence into assertive. Fourth, when your sentence is imperative, then please add only to, to in place of comma, and rest of the sentences you need not to change tense. Fine. I hope you all have understood. So we have covered almost all the aspects regarding narration, direct, indirect, and I believe that good practice is going on, and all these videos are proving helpful, worthy to all of you. With this, Thank you for today. See you in the next session.